Welcome back to Hero on the Couch. Our guest today is an enigma of modern British society, a decorated war hero, a successful entrepreneur, a member of parliament, and the head of one of the country's most notorious criminal organizations. Please welcome Thomas Shelby.
Doctor, this is an unnecessary formality, but necessary nonetheless. Let's make it brief. I have business to attend to.
I understand your time is valuable, Mr. Shelby. I want to start where your true identity was forged, the trenches of France. You served in the tunneling companies, dealing with explosives and darkness. That environment is a textbook incubator for complex post-traumatic stress disorder, C-PTSD. How does a man who has lived under perpetual threat of an explosion, buried underground, ever truly relax?
I don't relax. Relaxation is a luxury that costs lives. The threat is still there, Doctor. It just wears a better suit now. War is simply business conducted in a different uniform. The principles of hypervigilance I learned in the tunnels are what keep my family and my businesses alive today.
But that state of constant readiness is exhausting. It means you are biologically locked into a fight or flight response 24 hours a day. We see the consequences in your chronic insomnia, your heavy reliance on alcohol and drugs, and your emotional numbness. You've used your trauma as fuel for your ambition, haven't you? A perpetual motion machine of control, driven by the desire to build a fortress high enough so nothing can ever bury you alive again.
Ambition is survival. I saw men die for a lack of plan. I make plans. I build things. If you call that fuel, then yes. Better to control the world than to be a victim of it. I don't need therapy, I need leverage.
But that need for absolute control has created an emotional void. You struggle intensely with intimacy. When you experience loss, whether it's a wife, a brother, or an opportunity, your primary response is not grief, but a deeper dive into work, risk, and self-destruction. This is the definition of emotional numbing. You treat your relationships as assets and your own life as disposable.
Emotions are liabilities. They cloud judgment. They get people killed. I feel what I need to feel to survive. If my work requires a clear head, I clear it. If it requires ruthlessness, I provide it. My family knows where they stand. They are protected. That is the only feeling that matters.
Protection or ownership. You attempt to manage the pain by escalating the risk. You don't just want power, you want a threat great enough to justify the chronic state of war you carry inside your head. You're addicted to the conflict, Mr. Shelby. Let's discuss your experience with what you call the black cat, your episodes of profound suicidal depression. These aren't just moments of weariness, they are the moments when the facade of control collapses and the man from the tunnels realizes that no amount of money or power can buy him peace. Is your ultimate ambition not to succeed, but to find a powerful enough opponent to finally grant you the death you've been seeking since the war ended?
I seek efficiency, Doctor. If I build the business high enough, if I climb the mountain far enough, maybe I'll see the end. I don't seek death, I seek the finish line. The war taught me you either win or you cease to exist. There is no middle ground, and I haven't won yet.
You're confusing the finish line with the end of the war, Mr. Shelby. The war is over, but your brain hasn't received the memo. Your ambition, the constant need for more, is not a sign of life, it's a symptom of your inability to tolerate peace. When everything is quiet, the voices from the tunnels return. The only way to silence them is with the noise of power and the smoke of conflict.
The noises tell me what to do. They tell me what's coming. They are information. They are useful.
They are hallucinations caused by trauma. You surround yourself with chaos because you are terrified of silence. That silence, that moment of peace, would force you to truly feel the loss, the grief,
and the years of emotional deprivation. Why do you believe you are unworthy of peace, Mr. Shelby? Why do you believe you must suffer?
My people need me to be ruthless. They need the man who is awake when everyone else is asleep. I don't have the luxury of peace. Peace belongs to those who didn't go to war.
And you are fundamentally punishing yourself for surviving the war while your friends did not. You're trapped in a state of survivor's guilt where your success is seen as a betrayal of the dead. Every victory is a hollow reminder of the life you lost. Your life isn't a strategy, Mr. Shelby. It's a penance.
I am building a legitimate empire for my children. I am building a legacy. That is not penance, that is the price of change. Now, I believe our time is concluded.
The price of change or the price of avoiding stillness. Thank you for your time, Mr. Shelby. Thomas Shelby is a classic case study of C-PTSD driven by self-punishment. His hypermasculine, controlling facade is a brilliant psychological defense mechanism against debilitating trauma and depression. He seeks power, not for joy, but for the illusion of safety, forever reenacting the trenches in the high stakes of business and crime. The great tragedy is that the man who saved the world cannot save himself from the war inside his own head. Join us next time on Hero on the Couch.